SHM as a projection of UCM on any diameter. So basically what you have to consider circular motion of a particle. ये particle क्या perform कर रहा है? तो circular motion you can see. So what is circular motion or UCM, uniform circular motion? The motion of a particle along the circumference of the circle with constant speed, linear speed, and hence with constant angular velocity also you call. So let's divide it in 4 quadrants straight away. Okay, let's put a coordinate system over here. Let's have a look at it. Coordinate system, we will divide it as A, D, B, C, and ultimately the central point is O. ये तुम्हारा center हो गया. Particle कहाँ पे है अभी? Where is the particle? Particle is at B. Okay. Let's say AB is the diameter on which we are going to take a projection. Okay, so ये particle जैसे जैसे move करेगा from D to B, इसका projection कैसे move करेगा? We want to see that. So let's have a look at it. So let's say P0 represents the particle which is performing uniform circular motion. All right. So इसका projection आप कैसे draw करते हो? So concentrate here. Okay. So what I will do, from P0, I will drop a perpendicular on the diameter. So when I drop the perpendicular on the diameter, pink line is the projection you can see. All right. So when you drop this, that means a perpendicular dropped on the diameter. We call this as projection. So projection is represented by, blue dot. So red dot is the particle, actual particle performing circular motion, and blue dot is the projection of that particle which is performing UCM. UCM means uniform circular motion. So let's say M0 is the projection and P0 is the particle. So let's try to understand when particle moves from, let's try to understand that when particle moves from P0 or D to B, P0 will move from D to B, how M0 will move? मतलब D से B के तरफ अगर P0 move करेगा तो उसका projection कैसे move करेगा? Okay, let's try to understand that. Yeah. Just give me a moment, friends. Okay, I'm just admitting few friends over here. So here you can see, when we are discussing the topic simple harmonic motion SHM as a projection of UCM on any diameter, friends. So here is a particle P0 which is performing circular motion, और उसका जो projection है, मतलब a perpendicular dropped on the diameter AB is M0. तो हमको ये देखना है कि particle D से B की तरफ जब move करेगा, मतलब P0, if it moves from D to B, how would the projection move? Okay, so let's see. So let's try to understand it in animation. Okay. So can I say when the particle P0 moves from D to B, the projection, which is the blue dot, okay, M0, it moves from O to B. Can have a look at it. So new position of particle from P0 is P1. New position of the projection M0 is M1. चलो let's assume अभी ये P1 से कहाँ चला जाएगा particle? B के तरफ चला जाएगा. So they will meet at B. Okay, the projection and the particle, they meet at B. You can have a look at the animation once again. So projection and the particle meet, they meet at B. Next position क्या होने वाला है? So can I say in simple words, when the particle which was performing uniform circular motion, it moved from D to B, the projection moved from O to B. So can we make a simple statement in the initial stages? Now, if the particle moves from you can see the particle moves from B to C over here. Okay, have a look at the arrow. The particle, that means the red dot, will move from B to C. So what happens to the projection? Can have a look at it. The red dot moves from B to C, and the projection moves from, can I say the projection moves from B to O, somewhere here in between? So let's understand the new position. New position of the particle is the red dot, that is P3, and its projection is M3. Can have a look at it. And then what can happen when P3 reaches C? The projection will, you can see P3 reaches C, the projection reaches the center O. Now what happens? The particle will move from C to A. And let's see how the projection will move. Okay, so then from new position P4, the particle will move from C to A. Can have a look at it. And when particle moves from C to A, the projection, that is a new position. Okay, P5 is the new position of the particle. You can see M5 is the new position of the projection, and it moves from O to A. So when by the time this particle will come to position A, the projection will also reach A. So they will meet. Okay, you can have a look at it. देखो दोनों मिल रहे हैं. Then let's understand what will happen when particle moves from A to D. So when it moves from A to D, so the new position is located now. Okay, it moves from A to D. Particle moves from A to D. The projection again moves from A to O. Can have a look at it. The new position of particle is P7, and the new position of particle, projection of particle is M7. And by the time this particle completes one revolution and it reaches D, the projection will reach the center. Okay. Now, in simple words, can I say the particle was performing circular motion, but what was the projection doing? The projection was performing simple harmonic motion. It started from mean, it went to extreme, positive extreme, again to mean, again to positive, negative extreme, and again to mean. So can I say then simple harmonic motion is nothing but the projection of uniform circular motion on diameter AB. So can we come to a conclusion about this after a discussion? Just give me a feedback. So what's happening in the animation? You can have a look at it, how simple harmonic motion can be represented as the projection of UCM on the diameter. Here you can see when the particle moves from D to B, projection moves from O to B. When it moves from B to C, the projection is moving from B to O. C to A, the projection moves from O to A. A to D, it moves from, projection moves from A to O. So in a way, what I can say is the red dot is performing circular motion, whereas the blue dot, that is the projection of it on the diameter, is performing simple harmonic motion. Okay, friends. So let's understand this. Let's move ahead. So we are discussing it now, the analysis of what we have said right now. So here is a particle which performs circular motion, moving with angular velocity omega. Okay, the central point is O. AB is the diameter. CD is another diameter over here. Let's say the distance between O to A is small a. All right. Initially, let's say the particle is at position P naught. When the particle is at position P naught, it is making some angle at the center. That angle is delta. So delta, we call it as the initial phase of SHM. P naught is the initial position of the particle and delta is the initial phase. Now in time interval T, what will happen? This P naught will change its position, okay? New position, it will go to new position. So here is a question in his mind, what is delta? Okay, we all know what is delta, right? So delta is the initial phase of the simple harmonic motion. So we are clear with it. Okay, let's talk about it. Delta is that initial angle which is made by the particle with mean position. You can have a look at it in the diagram also. Okay. Okay. So after time interval T, you can have a look at the diagram The new position will be from P naught to a new position P. So this will happen in time interval T. So it will subtend some extra angle at the center. That angle is say theta. Now, if the particle is moving with angular velocity omega in time interval T, then theta in terms of omega and T, we will write it as how much will be theta. थीटा का वैल्यू कितना होगा देखना पड़ेगा ना. तो देखते हैं थीटा का वैल्यू कैसा आएगा. ओके, लेट्स कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन दिस. ओके, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. So here comes the concept of theta. Theta is omega t. Now, how do you get theta as omega t? So let's understand this. Okay. Let's try to understand how theta is equal to omega t. So we have studied in circular motion in 11th standard, if you all remember. What was it? Angular velocity. How did you define it? Omega was theta divided by t, rate of change of angular displacement. So from this concept, we come to know that theta is omega multiplied by t. So that's how we have placed theta as omega t. You can see here I have replaced theta as omega t. From P, what I will do, I will drop a perpendicular on the diameter. Okay. So on OB, I will drop a perpendicular from P. So now if that is the case, let's say the projection has covered a displacement of x from the mean position. A is the amplitude over here. Ideally, it should have been represented by capital A. लेकिन यहाँ पे भी A लिखा है इसीलिए शायद small a से represent किया है. लेकिन हम लोग capital A से ही represent करेंगे amplitude. क्यों? क्योंकि there are two reasons. Amplitude को capital A से represent इसलिए करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि acceleration को हम small a से represent करते हैं. Okay, so ये दो चीजें ध्यान में रखो. भी यहाँ मजबूरी में we are representing it by small a because we have taken capital A as a notation over here. ठीक है, तो what we are doing now, these two lines are parallel lines. You can see PM and OD, they both are parallel lines. So ये जो angle है total, that angle will be equal to this angle, alternate angles you can see. So you can have a look at it. So can I say DOP, angle DOP is omega t plus delta. Now OD and PM, you can have a look at it. Okay. Here friends, you can have a look at it. OD and PM, they both are parallel lines. And therefore, this angle will be equal to this angle. Alternate angles are congruent angles. Okay, so can I say DOP will be equal to OPM? Have a look at this angle. Trace karte hai angle ko. Angle DOP will be equal to OPM. That means this angle is also omega t plus delta. Alternate angles. Okay, that's the reason. That means now I got the value for OPM. अभी ये OPM दिख ही रहा होगा आपको यहाँ पे डायग्राम में. OPM is also omega t plus delta. Okay, this is how we are working geometry. लिख लिया मैंने omega t plus delta. अभी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री लगाएंगे यहाँ पे. तो ये एंगल का साइन क्या होने वाला है? साइन विल बी अपोजिट साइड अपॉन हाइपोटेन्यूज. तो हाइपोटेन्यूज कितना है? A is the hypotenuse. Opposite side कितना है? X. So let's put it. Okay, so in triangle POM, which is a right angle triangle, sine angle OPM. OPM means again this angle, friends. OPM. कितना है OPM? Opposite side to hypotenuse. Opposite side कितना है? X. That is OM upon OP. But OM is X. You can have a look at it. OM is X and OP obviously it's a radius of the circle. So A. ये A capital A होना चाहिए था ideally. Okay, but it's okay. So from this you can shuffle the value. X is equal to A sin omega t plus delta. अभी कैलकुलस से भी हमने इक्वेशन सॉल्व किया था, याद है आप सबको? यही इक्वेशन आया था A sin omega t plus delta, कैलकुलस से किया था. ये अभी सेम इक्वेशन आ गया सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन का. कहां से आया? ज्योमेट्री से आया और ट्रिग्नोमेट्री से आया. So in a way we have reached the same conclusion. Earlier we have reached the conclusion with calculus. Here we have used geometry, friends. Okay. Now this is the equation This is the equation for displacement, friends. Now, when I say displacement, and I want the equation for velocity, okay? So I got the equation for displacement with the help of this geometry and trigonometry over here. Okay. After understanding the concept, simple harmonic motion as a projection of uniform circular motion on a diameter, any diameter. Let's try deriving the equation for velocity. So how do we define velocity? Is the derivative of displacement with respect to time. That is dx by dt. लेकिन ये x का वैल्यू अभी कितना आया था हमारा a sin ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा. तो रखते हैं वहां पे वैल्यू. x का वैल्यू कितना आया था a sin omega t plus delta. Now, what is derivative of sin omega t plus delta with respect to t? So it is cos omega t plus delta into omega. Remember this formula. ये फॉर्मूला ध्यान में रखो. sin omega t plus delta का डेरिवेटिव क्या होता है with respect to time? cos omega t plus delta multiplied by omega. ये a तो पहले से है. ये आ गया आपका वेलोसिटी का इक्वेशन. और इसी को अगर वापस डिफरेंशिएट करेगा या डेरिवेटिव निकालेंगे तो वी विल गेट एक्सेलरेशन. ओके, दिस इज द इक्वेशन फॉर वेलोसिटी. सो बाय डेफिनेशन ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन वेलोसिटी का डेरिवेटिव निकालेंगे dv by dt. अभी ये v का वैल्यू कितना आया है हमारे पास a ओमेगा cos ओमेगा t plus delta. Put the value of v over here. You can have a look at it. Okay, we will put the value of v over here. All right. तो ये v का वैल्यू कितना है a ओमेगा cos ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा. विल जस्ट पुट द वैल्यू ओवर. तो d by dt ऑफ कैन सी a ओमेगा cos ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा. अभी cos जैसे sin ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा का डेरिवेटिव क्या था cos ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा मल्टीप्लाइड बाय ओमेगा, वैसे ही cos ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा का डेरिवेटिव होगा माइनस sin ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा मल्टीप्लाइड बाय ओमेगा. वो ओमेगा और ये ओमेगा क्या बना देगा ओमेगा स्क्वायर और एक माइनस साइन आ जाएगा. ओके, ये देखो cos ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा का डेरिवेटिव क्या है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टी sin ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा मल्टीप्लाइड बाय ओमेगा. दैट ओमेगा एंड दिस ओमेगा मेक्स इट ओमेगा स्क्वायर बट विद अ नेगेटिव साइन व्हिच कम्स आउट ओवर. ए तो पहले से ही है एज अ कांस्टेंट. तो ये आ गया आपका एक्सीलरेशन का इक्वेशन. यू कैन टेक माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर कॉमन or outside, what remains in the bracket is a sin omega t plus delta. लेकिन ये a sin omega t plus delta है क्या? So here you can see a sin omega t plus delta is nothing but x. x मतलब displacement. तो ये पूरा bracket हम replace कर सकते हैं with x. Okay, so acceleration will become minus omega square. Instead of this bracket it will be x. Can I say if omega is constant acceleration is directly proportional to minus x? अभी ये concept कौन सा concept है? ये concept है SHM का. So in a way we have proved analytically also that simple harmonic motion is nothing but the projection of UCM on its diameter. Okay, so let's analyze it further. Time period of SHM. I have told you what is time period. Time required to complete one oscillation, right? One oscillation का मतलब क्या है? The block, if it moves from mean position, positive extreme, mean, negative extreme, again mean, one oscillation. Another way of understanding, extreme, mean, negative extreme, mean, positive extreme, one oscillation. ऐसा ही negative extreme के लिए. So let's derive. Okay, the time taken by a particle performing SHM to complete one oscillation is called as period of SHM. Let's say x is equal to a sin omega t plus delta. ये हमारे पास इक्वेशन पहले से. तो एक ऑसिलेशन के बाद क्या होने वाला है आफ्टर टाइम t, that is 2 pi by omega, you can see the displacement of the particle will be. So can I say omega into t के जगह पे कितना रखना पड़ेगा मुझे 2 pi by omega. So t plus 2 pi by omega will give me the new displacement. So let's see. So x dash will be a sin omega और t के जगह पे क्या t plus 2 pi by omega plus delta. Let's simplify it. So when you simplify it, ये ओमेगा और ये ओमेगा कैंसिल हो जाएगा, राइट? तो क्या बचता है? साइन ओमेगा टी प्लस 2 पाई प्लस डेल्टा. लेट्स सिंप्लीफाई इट फर्दर. ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा को एक जगह पे ले लो, 2 पाई को एक जगह पे रखो. तो साइन थीटा प्लस 2 पाई या साइन 180 प्लस थीटा कितना होता है? साइन थीटा. इजंट इट? यही है ना, आपने ज्योमेट्री में पढ़ाई किया है 11th में. साइन 2 पाई प्लस थीटा कितना होता है? साइन थीटा होता है, राइट? तो वैसे ही साइन ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा प्लस 2 पाई कितना होगा? साइन ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा. Yeah, so x dash is also equal to a sin omega t plus delta. X was also equal to a sin omega t plus delta. मतलब एक जगह से वही जगह पे वापस आने के लिए कितना टाइम गया? 2 पाई by omega. So from this we can come to know that the time period is 2 पाई by omega to complete one oscillation. This is another check of determining कि बाबा टाइम पीरियड का वैल्यू कितना रहेगा. So it is 2 पाई by omega. क्योंकि 2 पाई by ओमेगा रख के ही ये इक्वेशन वापस आया ना. So it is back to the same position again. It started with this position, it is again back to the same position. इस हिसाब से ये इक्वेशन आ गया टाइम पीरियड का 2 पाई by ओमेगा. राइट, सो इसको 2 पाई by ओमेगा को हम ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं 2 पाई by रूट ऑफ ओमेगा स्क्वायर. एकच आहे ना ते, म्हणजे इट्स वन एंड द सेम. But what is omega square? We have substituted omega square as k by m in differential equation, if you remember. तो ये ओमेगा स्क्वायर की जगह पे रख दो k by m. तो ये टाइम पीरियड का नया फॉर्म आ जाएगा इसमें से. ओके, ये आ गया 2 पाई रूट ऑफ इधर k by m in the denominator becomes m by k like this in square root sign. मतलब टाइम पीरियड का दो इक्वेशन है. एक तो ये इन टर्म्स ऑफ ओमेगा, ये दूसरा इक्वेशन इन टर्म्स ऑफ फोर्स कांस्टेंट इन मास. प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ इट. Okay, let's proceed. Let's study more. Okay, omega square is k by m. We know that omega square is k by m. What is k? K is force per unit displacement, that is force constant we have studied, and m stands for mass. Okay, so there is a question. Okay, what is it? Okay, let's see. We know F is equal to minus kx. If you all remember this, ये सबको पता हो. तो इस पे से k का वैल्यू क्या आता है? फोर्स पर यूनिट डिस्प्लेसमेंट. ये आ गया. k को मैंने लिख दिया फोर्स पर यूनिट डिस्प्लेसमेंट डिवाइडेड बाय मास. So omega square, can I write it as acceleration per unit displacement? क्योंकि mass, can I say force per unit displacement is F by x, right? So F is mass into acceleration. That mass and this mass will get cancelled. So in simple words, ओमेगा स्क्वायर को कैसा रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं हम लोग? एक्सेलरेशन पर यूनिट डिस्प्लेसमेंट. So again a question, what is this? Let's see. समझ लो, force is mass into acceleration. So acceleration is force divided by mass. So you can see force divided by mass is acceleration. So can I say force divided by mass is acceleration? Therefore, force divided by mass is acceleration. It will become acceleration per unit displacement. So what is omega then? Root of acceleration per unit displacement if this thing persists. अभी आपको पता है t का वैल्यू टाइम पीरियड इज कितना? 2 पाई by ओमेगा. ये ओमेगा का वैल्यू क्या है? एक्सेलरेशन पर यूनिट डिस्प्लेसमेंट. रख दो यहाँ पे रूट ऑफ दैट. तो टाइम पीरियड का और एक इक्वेशन आ गया. क्या इक्वेशन आ गया? 2 पाई डिवाइडेड बाय रूट ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन पर यूनिट डिस्प्लेसमेंट. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट. टाइम पीरियड का और एक फॉर्मेट. Let's move ahead. Frequency is the number of oscillations completed by a particle performing simple harmonic motion in unit time or in 1 second, you can say. म्हणजे reciprocal है. Frequency is the reciprocal of time period. So F is 1 by t. But t is 2 pi by omega. So frequency will be omega by 2 pi. या फिर in terms of k, frequency will be 1 upon 2 pi root k by m. रेसिप्रोकल हो गया ना उसका. अभी ये कहां से आ गया? Okay, let's see. We know omega square is k by m. Put omega as root k by m then. If omega square is k by m, omega will be root k by m. So put omega as root k by m. Unit is hertz. These are the dimensions. Okay, t raised to minus 1. Please make a note of it.